All right, hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How's everyone doing here today? Welcome back. Welcome back to my stream. I was away for a day, my day off for the week. FYI, guys, next week, Friday will also be my day off. Um, and it's either usually, or at least if my girlfriend Kat's schedule stays the same, it looks like it will be either like a Friday or a Saturday every week. That will be my day off for the week, FYI. So I'll let you guys know, moving forward, if we're going to be staying on that schedule or not. But next week will be Friday. So what does that mean? It means that we've got a fun week ahead of us of brand new gaming content. A lot of brand new gaming content, folks. A ton. We've also got a bunch of stuff going on in the world. There's news and stuff I want to talk about on the pre-stream. All right. So please bear with me. Hopefully you guys had a good day away from my streams on Friday. For those who were not here on the stream, obviously, because there was no streaming, there was still a full day of YouTube content. I still had a full session of Ultra Street Fighter 2. 17 matches of that were uploaded to DSPGaming on YouTube. And then I had all those leftover PUBG matches that I had been playing this week when I basically had finished a little bit early on my streams. Those were also went live. So even though I was not streaming, we still had a ton of new videos go live over on DSPGaming, FYI. So you might have missed out on that because you didn't realize it. All those videos are live, okay? I also want to say, before we even get started with, today and the next few days, thank you guys very much for the viewership and attention on my review of Sea of Thieves. As many of you, I'm sure, know, I finished up my coverage of the game back on Thursday. After 3 straight days of playing it, over 10 hours of gameplay, I'd had enough. And I sat down on stream and I did a live review of Sea of Thieves. Within 2 days, it's already gotten over 11,000 views and growing, which is great. Very happy about that. Although it seems like a lot of people beat me to the punch. Some people were reviewing the game after like a single day, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. I mean, even for me, even if I had played the game all day after a single day reviewing a game, I don't know. But it is what it is. I'm very grateful that you guys still checked it out, even though, keep in mind, it's the first review I've done since the summer of last year, and I posted it on DSP Gaming, because I knew if I posted it on the King of Hate Vlogs, it probably wouldn't have gotten any attention, and if I posted it on KO Gaming, the channel I used to do this kind of stuff on, it would have been demonetized immediately. So there was no point in me even putting it over there. So, hope you guys had fun watching that review. Now, let's talk about what we're going to be doing today, what's coming up in the next few days, and then I got a couple quick things I want to touch upon before we get to our shoutouts segment of the stream. So, today, folks, I'm very excited. Today is the premiere of Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. Now, the game was released yesterday, but being that it had been over a week since I had any time off, I wanted to take the day off, because it was the first day when Kat and I actually were able to do that and have a day together, which was a good day, by the way. We had a good day away, so thanks to anyone who's wondering. And Ni no Kuni 2 released yesterday. I'm hearing many positive things about it. People who are playing it are loving it. That's great, because 2 reasons. Number one, Studio Ghibli is awesome. I love the art style, and I love some of the animated movies, like in particular Spirited Away is my favorite Studio Ghibli movie that I've seen, but I've also seen Princess Mononoke. I think I saw 2 or 3 others as well. And I played Ni no Kuni 1 back in 2013 when it was a new release, and I really enjoyed it, although, quite frankly, it is a very classic style JRPG. It adheres a lot to classic JRPG formulas, and therefore the game is incredibly long. If you want to do all the content of the game, it could take upwards of anywhere from 30 to 50 hours. And it was an ongoing playthrough that I kind of balanced with other stuff. That is exactly the attitude that I will be taking with Ni no Kuni 2. Okay? So, Ni no Kuni 2 starts today. I'm going to be playing this all day today. My entire day of gameplay. This first stream will be roughly 4 hours of gameplay, and then later tonight, another 2 hours of gameplay of Ni no Kuni 2. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I am. And then tomorrow, my one gameplay stream for the day will also be Ni no Kuni 2. And then on Monday, yes, my featured playthrough will also be Ni no Kuni 2. And then probably Monday night, I'll mix it up a little bit. Maybe I'll put in some PUBG. I think that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Monday night, some PUBG, just for variety's sake. You know, something different. And then on Tuesday, we'll take a break from Ni no Kuni 2 after, 3 straight days. And it's going to be Far Cry 5 premiering. Yes, folks, Far Cry 5 releasing this Friday, or this Tuesday, excuse me. And I'll be playing that on my first stream. And then it's going to be the conclusion of Batman, the Telltale series, Season 2, on my second stream. So that'll end off that game playthrough, which will be good. And then what I'm expecting for the rest of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, because on Friday, like I said, is my day off. It'll be Far Cry 5 balanced with Ni no Kuni 2. All right? So pretty much every single day this week, brand new content coming up for you. Full week of brand new gameplay streams. I hope you guys are excited for it. Now, being that Ni no Kuni 2 is going to be a game that's so long, I'm going to treat it the same way that I treated Persona 5. Now, if you're not aware, maybe you weren't watching my streams last year, allow me to let you know how that went down, all right? Well, basically, Ni no Kuni 2 will be the game that I balance with other stuff. So, for example, Far Cry 5 next week is starting up. That'll be my main focus. And then Ni no Kuni will be my late night streams. All right? Then, when I finish up with Far Cry 5, I'll probably start up a new game project. It may be Assassin's Creed Rogue's Remaster, which just was released as well. Or it could be something else. We're going to see. I'll make an executive decision. And then Ni no Kuni 2 will be kind of what I balance with it. Now, there may be an exception here, all right? Now, I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but if by some amazing freak occurrence, people really like Ni no Kuni 2 to the point where the streams are doing really good, and people are saying, no, Phil, we'd like you to keep it as a main stream. Don't even put it as the late night stream. Do it as your main gameplay stream. I would do that. I would 100% consider doing that. All right? Absolutely. However, what I found in the past is that, sadly, whenever I play a JRPG, or even if it's a new one or an older one or whatever, sadly, it seems it's very hard to retain viewership. Usually the first couple of sessions that I do of any JRPG are hype. People get excited for the new release. They join me. And then within 2-3 sessions, it kind of flattens out. You don't get that new release hype anymore, especially because considering JRPGs are some of the longest games in gaming. It's very hard to retain people coming, for 2-3 weeks for streams and the like. Same thing on YouTube. It's hard to retain people. You're uploading the same game for 3 weeks. It's very hard to keep people coming back to continuously watch this playthrough. And by the way, this is not a case of, the modern era, Phil can't retain viewership anymore at all. It's always been like this. Back when I was white hot popular on YouTube, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, it was the same. Whenever I played a JRPG, the same thing happened. And even back then, I would act differently. I'd get angry and I'd say, you guys don't know what good games are, and how could you not like the same game style that I do, and robble. In this day and age, I'm a lot more laid back. I've learned, I'm a lot more wise. And I understand why. Number one, there's a lot of people who will be playing this game at their own pace, and they don't want to be spoiled at what's coming up. In particular, if you're into JRPGs, you're probably playing Ni no Kuni 2 because it's the biggest one in quite a long time, right? And number two, there are some people out there who absolutely just want to see a game as soon as possible. And so those people more than likely are going to jump over to someone who's maybe playing the game constantly. They're not balancing Ni no Kuni 2 with something else, right? They're just focusing on that game and that's it. And that's okay. I get that, all right? But for those of you who are here for the start of the journey today and who are going to be sticking with me over the course of the next several weeks, being that this game is reportedly 30 hours just to beat the story, 50 hours if you do the side content, all right? I definitely foresee this being a playthrough that's going to be continuing, probably into mid-April. In a lot of, very reasonable estimation, it's going to be a game you're going to be seeing on my streams on and off a lot in the next couple of weeks or next few weeks. Okay? So that being said, oh, and you know what? They call me Pineapple Man just made a very good point, and I'm gonna say thank you because you made a very good point. He says, in a game like this, if you miss 1 or 2 streams and then you jump back into the streaming or the gameplay, you may be completely lost, right? Unlike, let's say, oh, I'm playing an online shooter or a fighting game. There's no story. It doesn't matter. Oh, no, I missed out on one of Phil's streams, but now I have an opportunity to jump in and watch him play. No big deal. But if you're watching an ongoing narrative story like a JRPG and you miss out on 1 or 2 sessions, then you come back, you may be like, what the hell? He's got a whole new party. He's doing all new gameplay mechanics. Well, the story's completely different. He's a new era. What's going on? You're absolutely right. They call me Pineapple Man. You hit it on the head. That's why when you have a really long scale narrative gameplay through like this, it's very hard to retain viewership. All right. But what I will say is this. All right. I love JRPGs. Everyone knows it. I grew up with them. And I really enjoy Kuni 1. So I'm definitely going to play this game for the long haul. If you guys come out and are supportive, just like you were with Persona 5. Persona 5 was a playthrough. The viewership dipped dramatically after like a week. But people were hardcore into it. They were coming out, they were cheering, subbing, and tipping on the streams. They were, having these fun interactive discussions with me during the gameplay. It ended up making the playthrough way better. Because instead of it just being me, like it used to be, me in an isolation booth playing a JRPG, which could get very boring, especially during the grindy combat parts, it ended up more like people just coming to hang out every night when I played it, and having fun with each other and stuff. It was great. It was absolutely great. So if we could keep that up, all right, then I won't give a crap if people, a giant amount of people aren't coming to every stream, or if there's not a giant viewership watching the playthrough on YouTube. It ain't a big deal. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm hoping, is that we can at least get a core group of viewers who like JRPGs just like me. We could start treating these streams as like a hangout to have fun while we're also playing a fun game, right? Rather than it all being about the game. It doesn't always have to be 100% about the game. All right. So there you go, and thank you guys very much for being here for the premiere. I'm very excited. I'll be playing this all day, as I said, and it's pretty sweet, right? Pretty good. And I'm looking forward. This coming week is going to be great, absolutely great, with all the new content. Between this and Far Cry 5 and Batman, with maybe a little bit, like I said, Monday I'll probably do PUBG. Maybe by the weekend I'll be mixing in a few other things. We'll see. But I'm feeling real good about this week, real positive, and I hope you guys are too. It's going to be a good one. All right. It'll certainly be a good way to head into April with new content. Right now, big update, everyone, in regards to my schedule, because there's changes coming. I announced this the other day, but I want to keep publicly announcing it every day so you guys are in the know and you remember. Starting on April 1st, and no, this is not an April Fool's Day joke. It's just because I'm starting a new month. I'm going to start the new month with the new schedule. All of my live streams, folks, will be earlier. By how much? By about 1 hour and 15 minutes. So allow me to give you some examples here, all right? Today, I started my stream at 11:30. Gameplay, there'll be roughly 4 hours of gameplay. I'll be finishing around 5 p.m. Pacific time, right? Not starting April 1st. Starting April 1st, my schedule is getting pulled back by 1 hour and 15 minutes. So what that means is that my earlier streams will begin at 10:15 a.m. Pacific time, all right? They're still going to run for roughly the same length and same amount of time. So my goal, starting them at 10:15 a.m., will be to have them finish by roughly, let's say, 4 p.m. Pacific time. All right? That's good. That's an hour shift. Why is this good? Okay. Number one, because I'm trying to get my schedule into alignment with a normal sleep and work schedule. My schedule very much now is not. I stay up way too late at night. I wake up way too late in the morning. I get up. I get ready for stream. I'm not streaming until 11:30, almost noonish, right? I stream till 5 p.m. Then I have a quick break for dinner. Then I'm streaming again at like 7:30, 8 p.m. till like 10 or 11 at night. And then I'm still leveling. I'm not done with work till midnight. Now, when I was by myself last year, living by myself, that was one thing. But now, Kat lives with me, and she's got her own work schedule, and she very much works regular office hours, okay? So that being said, I need to kind of be more aligned with her so that it's not like, oh, well, I'm still working and she's going to sleep. And then I wake up but she's at work. And then she comes home from work but I'm still working. You see what I mean? Like, we got to align our schedules to kind of a normal schedule. All right. And that's one major reason, so we can spend more time together. That's one major reason I'm doing this. But the other major reason I'm doing this, all right, the other major reason is because I, for years, have received feedback from my viewership saying, Phil, in general, if you look at your viewership, you have three main groups. The first group is the United States, right? People in the United States are roughly 60% of my viewing audience. Then about, I think, 10 to 15% are Canadian, all right? So they're the same time zone as me. But then there's an overwhelming, like 25%, roughly a fourth of the people who watch my streams and watch my videos on YouTube are actually in Europe and or other countries who are drastically different time zones than me, okay? And what I found, taking in all this feedback over the years, that people told me in general, if I shifted my schedule earlier, it would benefit everyone. Because right now, just to give you guys some perspective, my first stream, okay, it is what it is. But my late night stream, right? Currently, my late night stream starts at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. So even if you live on the East Coast of the U.S., that's 10:30 p.m. If you live in Europe, that's the dead of night or early morning, right? So realistically, how many people can I expect worldwide to be tuning into my late night streams when they're so late for so many people? I get that. And I kind of understood that. And I was at a point where I was trying to get my schedule settled in here, and it never really worked because when I moved to Washington for 1 year, I was trying to get things working. And then, then there was other things going on with my work schedule, then jiving with my ex-girlfriend and stuff like that. And then, of course, then I was single for the last year, and that screwed everything up. Now, finally, after living here for almost 4 years, I'm going to try to do my best to get my schedule in line with a normal human schedule of people waking up at a certain time and going to bed at a certain time. I'm going to try not to be staying up late night all night anymore. I'm going to try to be making a lot of positive changes, okay? But that being said, I think it's going to be positive changes. All right? So that being said, as well, starting April 1st, also my second streams, which now, as I said, they currently start around 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Those are going to be pulled back by an hour and 15 minutes. So those are going to now begin around 6:15 p.m. Pacific time, okay? So FYI, everything's going to be earlier, starting April 1st. And I'm hoping this is going to benefit everyone. I'm sure the first couple of days, people will be very confused. They'll be showing up late and not understand. Gee, why is Phil, why has Phil been streaming already so early? Then they'll show up, 4:30 p.m. Where's Phil? Why isn't he streaming? Did he end early? They're going to be confused. I get that, all right? But hopefully, within a couple days, everyone's on the same page. And hopefully this benefits you guys. I would definitely like to see more people. I definitely would like to see more people, on my streams, if possible. All right? So let's see what happens. And like I said, this is also beneficial to me here, where I'll be able to get more normal and regular sleep, not being up late at night and then, trying to sleep in and, it's really weird. My schedule now is weird. So trying to get a more normal schedule is definitely needed, okay? All right, so just throwing that out there. April 1st, the changes go into effect. I'll keep reminding you guys the closer we get, all right? Now, outside of everything I was just talking about, we've actually got two news stories I'd like to talk about today on pre-stream. The first news story in the United States, you might have heard this one. The March for Our Lives is taking place right now in Washington, D.C., as well as many other places in our country. All right, what is this? This is a big movement by the youth of America, primarily teenagers, to try to make our government realize that we, as a country, have one of, if not, close to, as a first world country, the highest gun violence rates in the world. It's ridiculous. We got all these school shootings and everything going on. And every time it happens, our government says, one side of the government points and says, it's the guns. It's 100% the guns' fault. We got to ban all guns. Then on the other side, you got, it's 100% not the guns' fault. We got to get mental illness, and we got to get the parents online. We got to do this and that and herp-a-derp. And the two, I swear to God, it's like South Park, where whenever this happens, the entire government of the United States goes, rubble, 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 rubble. And they all get into an upheaval, right? But they all argue with each other like little brats, little kids, and they never get anything done. They literally will just argue for a week and then do nothing. They don't pass any new legislation. They don't do anything about it. They act like the issue doesn't exist anymore. They move on to other matters, all right, and nothing ever happens. And it's a huge epidemic. We have kids getting shot at school, and it's not a one-off occurrence. It's happening like every week now. There's a new one. It's insane. And you got to do something. I don't even, at this point, I'm so fed up with it. I don't even care what happens. Do you have to have a new mandate for mental illness? Do we have to have this? Do we have to have guns, scaled back in the United States? I'm not the person to figure out the ultimate solution to fix it, but I'm not stupid enough to know that, there needs to be something done. You can't just say, well, we can't agree, so therefore we'll do nothing, and put your fingers in your ears and go, neener, 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 I can't hear you, and then more people keep dying. At this point, it's just insanity that anyone could tell me that it's not an issue, all right? Oh, it's not an issue. Oh, another news story about a mass shooting. Oh, great. Oh, it's not an issue. No. That's it. We all agree, but then no one wants to do anything about it. Because God forbid that someone in our government not take that giant donation from the interest group or lobbyist who's paying them to do what they have in their best interest in the United States government. The reason that we can't get anything done is because our government is very much underhanded, corrupt, and not a very good one. I hate to say it. It really isn't. It's really not in the if anything, if you want proof that it's not in the best interest of the United States citizens, which is what it's supposed to be for, how can we have had mass shootings for the past 4 to 5 years and no one's done a damn thing about it? I mean, there's your evidence. It's not hard to see, okay? But the American people are just so complacent with their lives, right? God forbid we actually try to make some kind of change in our government. We don't want to lose our nice comfy homes, our nice televisions, our entertainment, our feeling of false security at home, right? We don't want to give that up and put that at risk by trying to change the government. So it is what it is, But today, finally, some people are stepping up with this March for Our Lives movement. I watched some of it. I was like, wow, this looks really good. I hope the government will listen. And that's really all I have to say about it. All right? I'm not a political guy. I'm not going to be here and stand on a soapbox for 45 minutes and make a big video about what I think. And it's besides the point. All I know is something needs to happen. And I am kind of proud that we have citizens who are standing up for what they feel is right and trying to at least institute some change. So there you go. Okay. The other news story is really a non-news story, but I felt like because so many YouTubers talked about it yesterday during my day off, big YouTubers, it was kind of the hot topic yesterday because we were finally with concrete evidence of the things that I've been saying all along in regards to YouTube and YouTube, YouTube employees and their mentality and all the like, all right? So, allow me to explain, folks. For years, people have been asking me, Phil, you're a longtime YouTuber. Why do you think YouTube's falling apart? Why do you think that YouTube does all these stupid things? Why do they keep hurting the users? Why do they keep hurting the content creators? Why? What is the deal? Why? Could someone tell me why YouTube sucks so hard? And I said, sure, I'll tell you. It's very simple. It's because of the people who are in charge and the people who they hire. All you need to do is take a look at the history of YouTube, and you'll get your answer. When YouTube, way back when, I think this was 2010, wanted to change the channel layout from being this nice layout where you could customize the backgrounds of the channel with your own artwork or anything that you liked. It made your channel look unique and your own. You could design your channel to look beautiful, and you had all these social media aspects on your channel page, like a built-in calendar, a built-in bulletin board, a built-in schedule, a built-in list of things that you've done in the past. There was so much information you used to be able to put on your YouTube channel that was useful, and it made it look like a social media page. People went to people's YouTube channels as a hub to get information about that person. If you wanted to know what I was all doing and what was I all about, what games am I covering in the next 2 weeks, what was my schedule, what are my thoughts on stuff going on, that was the go-to place, was my channel page. And YouTube said, oh, well, we've decided that instead of actually, listening to the feedback that people like these channel pages, we're just changing them. And people overwhelmingly said, no, wait, we like this feature. We like this feature. What's going to happen? And YouTube basically said, oh, just trust us. Don't worry. And then they changed the channel pages. And with overnight, like, no, not even a lot, overnight, channel pages changed, looked terrible. People were like, well, we're not going to use channel pages anymore. And so channel pages literally stopped being a social media hub and instead just fell apart. People every once in a while would go there, but most people would just go, they would subscribe to a channel, okay, and only check their subscriptions inbox on YouTube. They would never go to a channel page anymore because most or all the functionality of the channel page was removed. Now, overwhelmingly, people said to YouTube, no, we want it back the way it was. This is terrible. YouTube ignored everyone and basically said, we know better than you. Oh, well. And that's kind of the mentality YouTube has always had over the years. We know better than you because, we're YouTube or Google employees. We're all Ivy League educated people. So even though we know you don't like the changes coming, too bad, we know better than you, and we're doing it anyway. And this has consistently been YouTube's attitude. So ever since the 10 years I've been using YouTube daily, this has always been their attitude. They just don't care if you don't like something. They don't care if there's feedback. If you actually present YouTube with actual evidence that something's going wrong on the site, their first step is to deny it. No, that's not true, or we'll look into it, but we don't believe that's true. And then most of the time, they'll just say, well, we didn't find any evidence, so, oh well, case closed. Wait, what? We have existential proof here. Here it is. Tons of examples of people being automatically unsubscribed from our channels against their will. Here's the evidence. Oh, well, we can't find anything in our system, so it doesn't exist. Case closed. So this has happened over and over and over the years. All right? But finally, it kind of hit what's the word? The straw that broke the camel's back, or whatever you want to say. Yesterday, apparently a video, now I don't know what this video is even from. I guess it was like YouTube employees who actually code the site, all right, and work at YouTube. We're doing a sit-down kind of interview, like a round table, 3 of them. They were talking about common issues on YouTube. I don't know if they were answering common questions or whatever, but one of the questions was, here it is. It was, who exactly gets notified of a new video being uploaded to a YouTube channel if they're subscribed? Right? How does that process work? If you subscribe to someone's YouTube channel, at what process, how do they get notified of a new video? And the answer that these YouTube employees said was one of the most shocking answers you could basically expect. However, it's literally what I've been saying for years. So here was their answer. Oh, well, the way it works is, first of all, anyone who subscribed to the channel and then clicked on this bell, they get it. Now, if you guys don't know what that means, as of about a year ago, YouTube completely changed the process by which people who are subscribed get notified. If you just click subscribe to a channel on YouTube, you won't get notified of videos from that channel. It's absolutely true. What you need to do is then there's another setting somewhere in settings. I don't even know where it is. Where you've got to click on a bell that says, oh, yes, please notify me of this person's videos when they're new. It's like, wait, what? Then what was the point of subscribing? If you said, yes, I want a subscription, and then it doesn't notify you of new content, why did you subscribe in the first place? It's a worthless, frivolous action. This would be like me saying, I'm subscribing to Sports Illustrated. Yes. And then Sports Illustrated doesn't send you the magazines. Like, huh? Well, wait a minute. I subscribed. That was the point of me subscribing, is telling you, yes, I want your content. Please send it to me. What was the point of subscribing then? It doesn't make any sense. It logically, from people with common sense, that doesn't make sense. But according to YouTube, that makes sense. Oh, well, if you subscribe, it doesn't necessarily mean you want all the content. So you have to click a special bell in order to get all the content. Okay? That's number one. Number two, they said, oh, well, also, even if you click the bell, we internally, via our own criteria, apparently another algorithm, right? Because we all know that YouTube algorithms work so well, right? We internally determine who your biggest viewers and fans are, and therefore they're the people who will get all the notifications of new content. But not everyone gets that. In fact, a lot of people don't. It's basically, it makes sense to us that we determine who does and doesn't get to see your new videos if they subscribe. Huh? Wait, what? YouTube literally just admitted, we know better than you. So even though you have a subscriptions process, we don't even have it work. We just do it whenever we feel like, based on our own decision-making criteria, because we're smarter than everyone else. They literally just said that in a video. Now, I've only been saying that forever. But people say, oh, Phil, you're just over-exaggerating or whatever. You're just over-exaggerating. They outright fucking said it in a video. It's hilarious. In the video, they said, yes, that makes sense to us. What? Everyone watched the videos like, that makes no fucking sense. If you have common sense, instead of just this elitist, book-smart attitude of, with algorithms and, generations and calculations behind the scenes, this is how a website should work. Anyone with common sense knows if someone actively clicks on a fucking subscribe button, they want to see all of your content on YouTube, period, or they wouldn't have fucking clicked the subscribe button. But the people who work for YouTube aren't like you or me. They don't have common sense. These are people who have been coddled. These are people who their entire lives have been sheltered. Why do you think they got into the Ivy League schools? They're the children of rich progeny. They're know-it-all, do-it-all idiots who really in real life have no real life experience with using the website or with dealing with even people on a social basis. You can tell just by watching the fucking video. The mannerisms of these 3 YouTube employees in this video, they're awkward. They're sitting in weird postures. They're very, very odd mannerisms, the way that they talk and react to each other in the video. It just looks like a socially awkward video. Like, these are people who are not used to interacting with other people on a daily basis. They're used to sitting in front of a computer and typing and typing and typing and typing and typing and typing. Okay? That's the kind of people these are. And this is who they have in charge of the fucking business. These are the people who make the decisions and feel that they know better than us, the people who use YouTube on a daily basis, that they should be making the decisions, not us. Okay? So all that being said, people saw this video yesterday and it went nuts. People all over the internet were posting it on social media. Huge YouTubers with millions of subs were going nuts saying, this is ludicrous. What the fuck kind of shit is this? So then, now here's the biggest kicker. Here's the biggest kicker. All right? Where do you hear this? All right? Team YouTube, which is the social media account that is supposed to answer questions and or requests or help requests on Twitter, responded to a big YouTuber's post. All right? And here was their response. It said, well, we determined at one point that the common person who subscribes to a channel was complaining and being bombarded with far too many notifications of new videos on a daily basis. Therefore, based on their feedback, we decided to scale everything back. Now wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, being a 10-year YouTuber, all right, I can 100% tell you guys about what I call the vocal minority. There is always a group of people who scream the loudest, but may not necessarily be the biggest group of people who complain about things. I want to see this particular game. I want to see Phil change this particular thing. I want to see this. I want to see this. They're the vocal minority. Even though they scream the loudest, they don't represent the vast majority of people. In fact, the vast majority of people who use YouTube are silent. They never speak up. They don't vote in a poll. They don't give you feedback. They're just complacent. They use the site as it is, and they expect it to work. They're never going to go out of their way to do any kind of feedback process because guess what? They don't have time for it. For them, YouTube is a frivolous thing. They use it a couple times a day for fun, and that's it. It's not so super fucking serious for these people that they're going to yell and scream and do giant feedback surveys or post up on my forums or tweet me with all this feedback. For them, it's just, well, if Phil's entertaining today, great. If not, I'll go on and I'll do something else. It's very much the same thing for YouTube in general. People are going to go to the site and use it. If the site works today, great. If it doesn't, well, I got plenty of other things I could do with my life, and they move on. So what YouTube did, all right, is they literally listened to a group of idiots who are the vocal minority who complained about YouTube subscription service, and they changed the entire fucking subscription notification system based off of a vocal minority because they have no common sense. And I think that's the big summary here of what we learned over the past day. Ladies and gentlemen, the people who are in management and the people who run YouTube have no real world common sense. What they have is book sense. They're very highly educated. They're probably filthy fucking rich. Like I said, probably coddled their whole lives. They have no actual social interaction to know that when you have a group of screaming people who are screaming, oh, there's too many notifications in my inbox every day, man. It's a mess. Then you know what you tell them? Don't fucking subscribe to 4,000 channels, you idiot. Of course you're going to get a million notifications in your inbox if you subscribe to hundreds of fucking channels, you brain-dead, mouth-drooling moron. I mean, not holding a user accountable for their own stupid actions is the reason why YouTube has now fallen apart. Because they listen to these idiots and change the whole fucking system. The common person who uses YouTube doesn't have 400 subscriptions. They probably subscribe to a handful of people who they really like and they check out their content on a daily basis. And yes, they want to know when they put out new videos. Not selectively every other week I find out about, one video from someone. That's ridiculous. That's absolute ridiculous, all right? That is stupidity. Absolute stupidity. All right? Very stupid. And at this point, it's just to the point where it's like, gee, do you see the reason why we don't want to use YouTube anymore? Like, literally, can you guess why I don't want to use YouTube anymore? I mean, just take a look. It's so stupid. It's to the point where it's like, do I want to actually be a part of a website with an elitist group of employees who think they know better than everyone? They write algorithms that don't work. They're presented tons of concrete evidence why they don't work, and they say, well, we know better than you, so too bad, we're not fixing it. And then they make decisions on a daily basis that negatively affect everyone's livelihood and business, right? And they take no responsibility. Well, we know better than you. We feel that, this makes sense to us that we make the determination if you should see someone's videos or not. Forget about clicking the subscribe button. What? But they've literally now admitted it. They have. And it's like, oh my God, dude. Like, unreal. But, again, this is something that I have been saying for years. It just finally came out in a video where they finally admitted it, that everyone all of a sudden is so shocked. Oh my God, this happens all the time. There's stuff that I've been saying for years all the time, and then finally you get evidence of, oh my God. People think I'm like the dumbest person or something. I'm not. I'm actually way more educated, and I know way more about business than most people who use fucking YouTube, but they want to treat me like I'm some kind of a dumbass idiot just because I'm not the best gamer out there. I knew this was going on. I knew this was going on behind the scenes the whole time. All right. Now here's the thing. All it's going to take, as I've said now for years, all it's going to take is a competitor. All we need is a major competitor for YouTube. So if Twitch steps up and says, here we go, enough with this, we're doing our own kind of YouTube style website now, that's going to be it. But, YouTube doesn't know better. Again, they're so up there, their heads are so up their own silver spoon-fed Ivy League assholes that they think they know so much better. They don't possibly foresee that anyone could ever take over from them and their site could fail. They don't see this. So ridiculous, man. At this point, it's just like, good Lord, dude. Anyway, all that being said, folks, it's not surprising to me, why viewership on YouTube has dwindled, It's not. Some people were actually doing research and they were like, I own 2 YouTube channels. One is my long-running YouTube channel from 5-6 years ago. That's the one that got me popular on YouTube. This year I made a new YouTube channel. And all of a sudden, I get way more videos or way more views on my new channel than the old, even though it's a totally different kind of content. Because what people are telling me is they're seeing the videos in the sub box. They subscribe and they're getting the notifications. Versus on my old channel, no one sees the notifications anymore. So there he is. There's the determination, the smart determination of the elitist YouTube employees. Oh, well, the old channels, those subs don't need to see the notifications anymore. But new channels, they certainly do. Get the fuck out of here. So because DSPGaming is 8 years old, and I have 180,000 subscribers, I'm going to guess, I'm not even exaggerating, probably on a daily basis, maybe 10 to 15,000 people actually get the notification in their inboxes that I put out new videos. And the vast majority of people probably don't and think I'm dead. I'm serious. They're probably, wow, that DSP guy's still around? Holy shit. You know, I subscribed to him 5 years ago. I haven't seen a video of his in like 3 years. I figured he died. Or he went off, he went off to become, the mayor of Toledo or something, It's probably the truth. It's probably the truth. It's so silly. It really is. Now, the bottom line is, guys, already, I've taken, last year, when the YouTube adpocalypse happened, I took all my eggs out of one basket. I'm far more focused on Twitch than anything else right now. So that's a good thing. I'm not reliant on this YouTube income so much so that the fact that this has destroyed me or anything like that. All right. So that being said, am I really that negatively affected by it? I mean, yes, but no. Because if I was still 100% a YouTuber and I wasn't doing these interactive streams with you guys, yes, I'd be dead in the water. But thank God last year I diversified and I am moving towards Twitch more than ever. So at this point, I've had enough of their shit over at YouTube, and it really is just an archive for me. All right? It really is. You guys want to be in the know, you guys want to do the hot, see this stuff first, you got to be here on Twitch. This is the place to be. And then YouTube is just, if you missed the stream, okay, go check it out at your own leisure. But it really is disheartening. It really is disheartening, man. Just case in point, this year, so far 2018, on Twitch has been great, and on YouTube has been god awful, the worst ever. And when you look, it's not because of views. My views on YouTube are the same as they've always been. It wasn't like, oh my God, Phil's, channels are failing. It's not. It's the same as it's been. It's good. The problem is they can't do their jobs. Again, the same elitist people who think they know better and they're going to tell the subscribers they choose who has new videos because, they're so smart. These people have lost all their ad revenue on the fucking site. But they think that they're smart enough to make these determinations. It's like, are you insane? You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right? I don't know anymore. I shake my head and I say, are you fucking kidding me? This is so stupid. I don't get it anymore. I'm just done. I'm done. I'm so glad I don't care that much about YouTube anymore. Like I said, if I can start getting to the point here on Twitch where I can support myself just with Twitch and not care about YouTube ever again, I would love it. Right now, sadly, a year in of focusing on Twitch, I'm not there yet. We are going in the right direction. We are. My Twitch channel is growing on a daily basis. I'm seeing more viewers, more followers, more support, but we're certainly not there yet. We're not to the level where I can say I'm free of the shackles of YouTube's income and bullshit, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Maybe someday. I hope we get there, but not yet. All right? Not yet. All right, guys. So there's the two news stories I want to talk about today. Real quick, very real quick. Let's talk about, some quick plugs, and then let's do some shout-outs. All right, sounds good? All right, so, quick plugs, folks. If you watch my live streams, you watch my videos on YouTube, and you enjoy everything that I do, all the free content I put out on a daily basis, thank you very much for your ongoing patronage. I really do appreciate it. However, if you'd like to go above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer, and you would like to support in other ways, I mean, in particular, when YouTube doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, your support goes a long way. All right? Number one, you can pledge to my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidephil. Your monthly pledge is there. Directly help me with the cost of affording to doing this as a job, including the cost of games, cost of equipment, electricity, internet. There's a lot of costs that go into operating this on a monthly basis. All right? That's number one. But the cool thing is you get perks depending on how much you contribute. For example, text or verbal thank you shoutouts in my videos on YouTube, getting the ability to nominate and vote on games for events, getting your getting your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, which is coming up next month. Hint, hint. You want to get your questions answered, you can pledge now. Or even getting a private Q&A video made. All these perks are great. Long-standing stuff people really enjoyed. Please check it out over at patreon.com/darksidephil. Thanks to everyone who already is a pledgee. And to anyone considering pledging in the future, thank you as well. All right. Number two, there's my Teespring store, teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming, where there's all kinds of fun merch, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers. In fact, guys, today, can click here, I'm wearing one of my Teespring shirts. It's the classic DSP skull logo from last year. I love this shirt. I still wear it all the time. And it's one of the many designs you can check out over on the Teespring store. Okay? So that being said, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, all kinds of fun stuff is over there. Give it a look. And if you do buy anything, I get a pretty sizable commission for it. And obviously, you get a cool collectible, right? If you do happen to buy anything on the site and you want to show everyone how good it is, you can always tweet me at TheyCallMeDSP a picture of it, and I will share that on my social media of over 25,000 Twitter followers. Okay? And then, last but not least, folks, obviously, if you're here live on the stream today and you want to contribute and get a shout out, all right, for your contributions, there's 3 ways you could do that. Either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or tip me. All right, if you do any of those things during the stream, I will give you a shout out. Now, keep in mind, this is a JRPG, meaning if I'm in the middle of a big cutscene, all right, and a lot of story elaboration, no, I'm not going to talk over the characters to give you guys shout outs. However, JRPGs typically have a lot of open world roaming, a lot of random encounter combat. You know, there's a lot of this time where it's going to be mostly downtime where I can give you guys shout outs and or have some fun interactions and conversations with you. So if anything, the Ni no Kuni 2 playthrough may end up much like the PUBG playthroughs that I've been doing recently, right? Since there's going to be a lot of this time with combat and grinding and all of that, it'll be a good opportunity, an ample opportunity for us to interact a little bit, all right? So I certainly hope that, you know, you guys will like this playthrough and approach it from that direction. All right. Now, if you guys would actually like verbal recognition, excuse me, boy, I screwed that up. Let's try this again. If you guys would actually like visual recognition for your contributions during the stream, well, if you either cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and click on the share button after you do, or if you tip me $5 or more, $5, then you'll get an on-screen pop-up thank you animation for your contribution. So it's cool. You get visual and verbal recognition. All right. Pretty neat. 2 quick things to cover, and then we'll get to shout-outs. First thing, we are driving for new subscriptions this month. The goal is 500 subs that I'm trying to reach. We're about 75 away from that. We kind of fluctuate. I've noticed we've been fluctuating between 420 all the way up to 450 subs. Seems like this is currently the sweet spot for the amount of subs we're going to have here on the channel. Now we know that because we didn't know that until, just recently. So moving forward, by the way, guys, I will be adjusting the subscription goals appropriately so that they are much more attainable, all right? But that being said, if we do hit 500 subs by the end of the month, I'll be bringing back the Patron's Choice playthrough. This is a playthrough where patrons nominate and vote on games to be a downtime playthrough. In the past, such amazing playthroughs like Super Mario Sunshine, various Sonic games, Persona, Yakuza, and even Spyro the Dragon have been things that have won. So they've really resulted in great playthroughs, all right? And I'd love to bring this event back. So please consider subscribing to the channel, getting access to all of the great emotes and things that we have here in Stream Chat. Pretty awesome. And thank you to anyone who is an ongoing sub. I do appreciate that very much. Okay. And then, last but certainly not least, folks, I do have to talk about this briefly. Sadly, coming up in April, I have a pretty bad situation financially coming up personally. Taxes. Big issue with taxes for me. And it's not anything that was in my control. I had a tax attorney who for 3.5 years did not do his job properly, even though I paid him thousands of dollars to do his job. He did not do my taxes properly. So now not only am I going to owe thousands of dollars in back taxes for the state of Washington that I live in, I'm also going to owe federal taxes because of my increase of income last year, because you guys really helped me out to get past this initial tax hurdle in January. It's basically a big rigmarole. I'm not going to go into detail about it at this point. However, coming up in April, I'm going to owe state back taxes plus federal back taxes for last year, and then the first tax payment federally for this year. I'm not going to lie, guys. I know I don't have enough money for all of it. I'll probably have money for some of it because I have saved up some money over the past couple of months. But in particular, number one, Twitch has slowed down a little bit because there haven't been new games coming out until today. And number two, YouTube's been god-awful. Even though, like I told you guys, my views have been good on YouTube, ad revenue has been the worst ever. So money that I used to count on to pay taxes like this doesn't even exist anymore, all right? It sucks. I'm in a situation where if I can't pay my taxes in April, I'm now going to start accruing big fees and interest. And it's just going to keep getting worse and worse over the course of the year. And if I can't get this taken care of by the end of the year, really the only way I can foresee of being able to afford it is selling my house, which I really, really don't want to do. It would be incredibly detrimental, not only to the daily live streams, the daily content that I put out for you guys, because I wouldn't have the office anymore. Who knows what the quality of internet would be if I had to move. Well, I mean, worst case scenario, imagine if I had to move back to Connecticut and now I'm back in this echoey big living room with bad internet that constantly had issues, health issues because of the weather there is bad, and with my back, I can't be shoveling snow and shit. It would be just terrible to go back 5 years of progress because a tax attorney fucked me over by not doing his job. All right. So that being said, how can you help? Number one, you can pledge to my Patreon, as I've already mentioned. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. Number two, you could buy something from my Teespring shop. Or number three, you can tip me during the streams. How do you do that? Number one, you can either look below the stream, and below the stream here, there is a grid of information, including links to my YouTube channels, website, the stream rules. There's also a section that says tips. Click on that. It'll take you to the tips page. You can either leave an anonymous tip, or you can leave a tip with a message to get a shout out on stream. Or if you're on mobile, maybe you don't see this grid of information. That's fine. If you type !tip into the stream chat, it'll bring up the chat command, and therefore there'll be a link you can click on to go to the tips page as well. All right. Why do these things make things better? Very simple. Because anything you do via Patreon, Teespring, or tipping me, I get those funds right away. So everything you guys do in those regards, I'll have money to put towards the taxes next month. All right. A tremendous help it will be. Trust me. The more I can pay now in April means the least amount of fees, interest, and issues I'm going to get in over the course of the year. What I'm hoping for is that over the course of 2018, my streaming continues to grow. All right. So that would be great if the Twitch channel could keep growing with all the new releases coming out in April and May in particular. Looks really stacked for huge releases and very big potential for growth here. And then hopefully on YouTube as well, things will maybe get better. I hope. Who knows? But hopefully YouTube will finally recover a bit with their ad revenue. And hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be fine. I'll be able to handle all this tax situation. All right. So anything you guys can do to help me out is much appreciated in that regard. Either Patreon, Teespring, or in particular, if you're watching the stream live, tipping is the best way to help. All right. All right. Now it's time for shout outs. And guys, no lie, I'm going to get through these as quickly as possible because obviously I want to get to the game. I don't want this pre-stream going on for 400 years. But I will say the following. Shout out to those who did cheer, sub, or tip when I was not here yesterday on my day off, including Infinite55. The GOAT Lucas, who said, hey man, is it hard for someone who is self-employed to get a mortgage in the USA? Yup. It is very difficult. I can attest to that. It was very tough for me to get the mortgage for this home I live in because being a YouTuber, they're like, oh, that's not verifiable income. And I'm like, well, yes, it is. Here's years of history of me receiving this income from YouTube. Here's years of history of the contracts that I've had with Machinima and, YouTube and the like making ad revenue. And even then, banks are very like, well, still, this is all digital. This is, I don't know. Banks, for some reason, still to this day, are looking for like, do you work at a brick and mortar building? Are you on salary or are you an hourly employee? Can you show us a standard W-2 proving your income? If you don't have that, banks are very skeptical these days to lend because they see this high risk factor, especially if you're on the internet like me. Oh my God, at any time, YouTube could just shut down or YouTube could kick you off the website and you have no income. And then how are you going to pay this mortgage? And that's kind of how they approach it. No lie, I had to go to 3 different banks to finally find one who would give me a mortgage to buy this house. It was tough. It was really tough. So yeah, if you're self-employed, it's a lot tougher. Tana Mounter did a 50-bit cheer. Be My Eyes subbed for the 2nd month in a row and said for 2 months and many more to come. Thanks for all the laughs, Phil. And Aussie Sly Adam also cheered. So thanks to you guys. Really, thank you for the support while I was not here yesterday. It's much appreciated. Now, it's time for shout-outs for people who contributed during the stream today. We've got BM Tell, who resubscribed at Tier 3, the highest level tier of subscription for the third month in a row and said, Nino Kuni hype. Thank you, BMTel. And then BMTel cheered 2,000 bits to become the cheerleader. So not only did he do the highest level sub, then he became the cheerleader for today. And he says, I played this game for 4 hours yesterday. First impression, it's really good. Shout out to K Styles, who also subscribed to the channel for the 16th month in a row at tier 2. Thank you, K Styles. Battle Duck cheered. He said, what? Gameplay preposterous. I came here to listen to mad tunes only. Framework cheered 720 bits. Thank you very much, Framework. He says, today is a good day. And then, wait a minute. It says K-Style subscribed again. How is this even possible? It says K-Style subscribed at tier 2 for the 16th month. K-Style subscribed at tier 1 for the 16th month. What? I think we've got some kind of a Twitch or Muxy glitch here. I don't know how it could be possible. He subscribed twice in one day. Very odd. All right. Shout out to Crystal Laser, who cheered and said, I don't know if you know, but your Final Fantasy 13 playthrough channel was hacked. Yes, I'm aware. This happened last year. I talked about it many times. And sadly, I can't get it back. Because again, in all of their wisdom, YouTube made it an automated system to recover a channel. So even though I have evidence that I own that channel, I mean, I own the original videos. I could easily prove to them it's my channel. It's my voice, my likeness in the videos, and I own the videos. I could show them the hard copies. There's no way for me to contact them about that. There's an automated system. It doesn't work, and so I can never get the channel back. Isn't that nice? But again, YouTube employees know better than us, right, guys? Idiots. All right, shout out to Captain DCW. He said, he cheered. He said, do you think any of the old cast from Ni no Kuni 1 is in this game? I have no idea. I'm looking forward to the game, and if they're in it, great. If not, oh well, another original fun JRPG. I'm okay with that too. BattleDuck 9000 did a 200-bit cheer. He said, here you go. Thank you, BattleDuck. Critical for Days cheered. He said, I feel bad you couldn't stream the game on the first day, but I hope the stream will be nice and fun like always. Then he cheered again. He said, I'm tired of people saying, the sub numbers are going down. Now I'm having a good day because Phil's failing. He says, there's no cure for stupid people. And you're right, there isn't. Then we had someone doing a bunch of cheers trying to be stupid and start up shit in the stream chat, so I'm not going to address that whatsoever. Cactuar Chaos cheers. We'll be uploading the original playthroughs of Red Dead and L.A. Noire that were lost. I understand you've redone them, but I preferred the originals. Here's the thing. I know I have them. No lie, I've saved every video. Every single video I've ever had on YouTube, I have. I still have them. But what I would have to do is go through my, let's see here. I've probably got about 30 external hard drives that I would have to go through in order to find the right one for those playthroughs. And it would be quite painstaking. And also, quite frankly, if I were to upload those playthroughs to, say, DSPGaming, I'm sure people would say, what the hell are you doing? You already have playthroughs of these games on the channel that are much better quality. What are you doing this? You know, why are you doing this? The bottom line is, folks, you know, it was a bygone era, the 2009 to 2010 era of me recording with a camera. And if you want to know the truth, why, you know, again, why you can't watch those original playthroughs, it's YouTube's fault. No one but YouTube. Because they're the ones who fucked up the site and made it, I can't get the channel back. Will I ever make it a priority to re-upload those videos? I don't know. I don't see the reason when I redid the playthroughs. But, you know, it is what it is. If I ever needed to or wanted to, I could. But it's not a priority for me right now. All right. AES Charity says, but the part about the bell ringer on YouTube makes sense. The bell ringer adds another notification by sending the subscriber an email. If you don't click the bell symbol, then you will be able to click on the subscription tab and watch the people that you follow. Blah, 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 blah. All right. We're not here to debate the ins and outs of the bell ringer button on YouTube. The bottom line is, if someone clicks on subscribe, they want content from that person, and it should be up to the person who clicked on the subscribe button, not on an employee of YouTube, to determine what you see and what you don't see. Period. There's no argument here. All right. Gunga Door cheers. I hope YouTube and Facebook die. Fuck Mark Zuckerberg too. Battle Duck cheered. 200 bits. It says famous last words. YouTube saying too big to fail. All right. Yolo the Opportunity said, I don't think anyone can compete with YouTube. They're just too big. I get an anonymous dollar tip saying, well, Phil, sadly, the tweet that spawned all this was from Keemstar, And no surprise, Keemstar was wrong. The bell really is primarily about live streaming, and that really it's live streaming is what's affected by that bell, and not standard YouTube subscriptions. Okay, fine. Then still explain why people say that they don't get stuff in their sub box who are subscribed. The bottom line is YouTube is doing this no matter what. YouTube publicly admitted they think they know better than us because they're elitists. That's the story here. Not specifically, does the bell only apply to videos? Does it apply to live streams? It's YouTube publicly admitting we make choices behind the scenes based on what we think is right because we think we're smarter than you, and we don't even bother to tell you. That's what the story is here. Allosaurus Cheers says, you do this for the love of the craft, and you said YouTube is an archive. Why not use BitChute or DTube and be done with Google YouTube altogether so they don't keep screwing you over? Well, first of all, I've never heard of those two things at all, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Number two, as I mentioned, I still do rely on, as little income as I'm making from YouTube, I do still rely on it. I couldn't just not make any money on YouTube 1 month and expect to pay my bills. That's the bottom line. I'm still dependent on it. Now, like I said, if things on Twitch can keep growing and keep getting more positive and keep getting better, right? Then maybe one day I'll be like, all right, I'm making enough on Twitch. I don't have to worry about what I make on YouTube this month. Maybe now I'll dabble with another site or I'll do something. But right now, I'm highly dependent on it. And finally, number three, as I've said many times before, this year is my 10-year anniversary of being a YouTube uploader, all right? That's 10 years where I've consistently put out gameplay videos for you guys on YouTube. And there are people who only watch me on YouTube. Even with all the changes this last year, there's still people who only watch me on YouTube. Maybe they don't have the bandwidth capable to watch a Twitch stream or Twitch archive for whatever reason. I'm not going to abandon those people. Like I said, in 2 days, I got over 11,000 video views on a review of Sea of Thieves on YouTube, right? It keeps growing. I'm not just going to abandon those people because I disagree with the way the business is run. You know, it's not their fault that YouTube employees are elitist Ivy League pieces of crap who think they know better than everyone else, and that the management of the company keeps making terrible decisions. It's not their fault. Why am I going to punish my YouTube viewers for the terrible decision making of the company? I'm not going to do that. All right, I'm just not going to do it. Tyler Holmes subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Tyler Holmes, for the subscription. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Cactuar Chaos cheered and said, if this playthrough is a success, any chance of doing a Lost Odyssey playthrough? Listen, I have Lost Odyssey. It was free for Xbox Live subscribers. It still is, you know, games with gold, as they call it. I have it ready to go installed on my Xbox One. I would love to play it. However, at this point, am I going to be planning on playing Lost Odyssey? No. In fact, I'll tell you this. If I am going to play another JRPG this year after Ni no Kuni, I want to go back and finish Persona 5. I'm so angry I had to stop playing that game last year because Atlas, just another ass-backwards company, right? Who doesn't know what the hell they're doing. And they gave me false copyright strikes that they then removed. I want to go back and finish Persona 5. So maybe I'll do that later this year, and then eventually I'll think about doing another JRPG, but there you go. Shout out to Aaron PC2 who subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Aaron PC2, for the sub. AES says, unless it's an error, subscribers get their YouTube creators' videos on the subscription set. Either way, the bell says email to the subscriber notifications. All right, enough, AES. Enough. You're cheering with paragraphs, which, number one, I told you guys not to do. And number two, you're just like trying to dispute every single thing that every major YouTuber was up in a tizzy about yesterday. All right, great. You go do that. YOLO, wow. YOLO Cock Gobbler, what a name. Says, can you stream on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time to increase your views? No, you cannot. You cannot. There is a legal requirement, all right, in the contracts, the ad revenue contracts for both YouTube and Twitch, that says if you live stream or if you upload, one or the other, to either site, and your video is viewable with advertisements running on it, that it must be exclusive to that site for 24 hours, all right? So what that means is if I live stream on Twitch, I cannot live stream simultaneously on YouTube, period. Now, if I leave live stream on Twitch, then I could rebroadcast exactly the same live stream, all right, on YouTube 24 hours later. But that's the requirement, the legal requirement that there is. That is why when I live stream on Twitch, all right, as soon as the stream is over, I delete the archive. So then, since there's no visible version of that stream on Twitch at all with advertisements running on it, then I'm able to go over to YouTube and upload the archive to YouTube immediately. If I had left the archive on Twitch and then still uploaded the videos on YouTube with advertisements running, it's a violation of the advertisement contract that I have. Now, the one exception here was last year when I played Zelda Breath of the Wild, all right? If you guys remember, I left that whole playthrough visible on Twitch, and then I went and I uploaded it to YouTube anyway. Reason being, when I uploaded those videos to YouTube, Nintendo claimed all the ad revenue, and Nintendo were the ones who were running ads, not me. So therefore, I didn't violate a contract by doing that. So there you go. Sadly, no, you cannot do simultaneous stuff on both sites. Although I am aware there's some people who apparently do it. They're technically violating their contractual agreements. And if they ever wanted to, be held accountable by Twitch or YouTube or both, they could either be kicked out of those programs or they could be sued too. All right. So there you go. All right. Framework. Did 100-bit cheer? Says, did you see my post in the fan art forum? I'm trying to help you moving forward. I did. If you didn't notice, there's fan art that I added last minute to the stream today, but I have not had a chance to review it at all. I don't even know, what you posted up. I saw you posted up a bunch of stuff, but I just saw it wasn't fan art for this stream. So, more than likely Sunday night, tomorrow night, I'll have some chance to look at it and mull through it and see if it, I think what you tried to do is improve my title screen, which if you did, great. I would happily use it and institute it. So thank you for that. Here we go again. Knox tipped me $1. But Phil, notification of videos, go to your subbox, two different things. When you subscribe to the channel, to get different things on your subbox, you don't go to the bell. You're missing the point. The point isn't to nitpick about what people were saying about what videos are notified and not. Like I told you guys, I don't care. I really don't care about who gets notified what with my videos. My YouTube channel, DSPGaming, is destroyed regardless. My point is, what I've been saying for years, that YouTube staff are elitist. They have been raised, coddled, and protected from the world. They have no common sense, yet they think that they're smarter than everyone else, and they actively make decisions about the business and the website behind the scenes and don't tell anyone about them on a daily basis. This was confirmed with the video yesterday. Whether the video has to do with live streaming or on-demand videos or both or neither, it doesn't fucking matter. The point is, what I've been saying for years about the way that they handle the business was 100% true, and now you have definitive evidence. Done. So stop it. YOLO Dobber cheers. So why don't you play the highest trending games on Twitch like Fortnite? You get more video viewers like Ninja did. Because I don't care. I'm not a view whore, and I never was. The games that I play for a reason. Either I'm really interested in the game, or people really want to see me play the game. All right? Or, maybe okay. People overwhelmingly convince me to do something that's popular, and then I make a determination for myself if it's good or not for my ongoing stuff. So, for example, PUBG. Why did I keep playing it? Not because of the game. In fact, every time I play the game, I knock it and say it's terrible. But it was a real awesome social experiment where I realized, wow, in PUBG, for the first 20 minutes of every match, I can just talk with my viewers and have fun while then building up to a big suspenseful climax at the end of every match. That's why I kept playing PUBG. All right? Fortnite, not so much. I tried playing Fortnite, and it didn't work. It's a game that's too fast-paced. It's a game where you have to hyper-focus on the game. There's no opportunity for interactivity because at any moment you could get killed because the maps are way too fucking small. The gunplay is terrible. It's RNG-based. And the building of stuff around you is like a Minecraft kiddie shit that I hate. So there's like, not only do I hate the core gameplay elements, it also takes away the interactive ability of me to talk to my stream like I have with PUBG. So that's why I don't like Fortnite, and that's why I'm not going to play it. I've only explained this 400 times, Yellow Dopper. You know this, so stop asking the same questions. Eternal Napalm did a 200-bit cheers. Says, what is your opinion of Nintendo consoles? Dude, seriously, I'm not going to get into that now. You really want my overall opinion on that? You're going to have to ask it on, Ask the King next month, because We're already running here late. We got to get started with gameplay. I cannot go into a big Q&A answer for you. Apologies, but appreciate the cheer. Not the time or place for me to go into a crazy detailed explanation. All right. All right, AES apologized for the big paragraphs in his cheers. Allosaurus Rex says, I wish someone would man up and have the balls to take YouTube to court. Don't you agree? It would depend. It would depend on what you're actually taking them to court for. Because as we've just seen with Zombie Go Boom, the way that they approached it was the wrong way. All right? Zombie Go Boom, sadly, approached it at a, oh, well, you denied me ads kind of a deal, in which case it was immediately shut down. But there are many, many things that YouTube legally does wrong and literally ignores various laws, and they could get them into seriously huge legal hot water, but no one sues them. So, there you go. All right, let's see here. Framework cheered and said, yes, break screen and offline screen, also tutorials on the Muxy ticker. Ah, there you go. Well, thank you very much for that framework. I will check that out, like I said, probably tomorrow night. All right. Dark Poe cheered. He said, why do you think YouTube owes you anything? I never said that. I don't even know what you're talking about, Dark Poe. As usual, you're being a negative dick. So thanks for the cheer, and stop being a negative dick. And then Yolo Cock Gobbler says, all right, let's get the stream started. All right. Well, anything else, guys? Or are we good finally? Again, thank you guys for your support. I really do appreciate your support, especially after a day away. Thanks so much for being supportive here on the pre-stream. No worries for people. Oh, the pre-stream's too long. Guys, I'm playing Ni no Kuni all day today. I'm going to get in like 5 to 6 hours of gameplay of the game. You don't have to be, oh, it's too much. Phil's never going to get to the game. Dude, the game is like 30 to 60 hours long. I'm going to be playing it for 3 weeks. And I'm going to be playing it for 5 to 6 hours today. There's no reason to freak out. Everyone just relax, okay? So thanks, everyone, for your contributions. I appreciate it. Again, just to reiterate, number one, we do have the subs drive, all right, for this month. Trying to hit 500 subs, so I'm appreciative of anyone who does subscribe. And number two, if you really want to help me out, all right, if you really want to help me out with this tax situation coming up in April and allow me to keep doing this for a job and just keep doing daily fun free live streams and YouTube videos and everything that I've been doing for 10 straight years and worked my ass off to achieve, if you want to see it continue, please consider either contributing via Patreon or Teespring or tipping me during the streams. It is greatly appreciated and will help me out tremendously. All right. All right. Last but not least, Cactuar Chaos did a final cheer and said, here are my last bits and let the games begin. There you go. All right. Thank you, guys. It is now time to begin with Ni no Kuni 2. Are you ready? All right, let's do it. Thanks, everybody. And let's begin. Here we go.